refers to the way pieces of metal are put together or aligned with each other. The five basic weld joint designs are welding joint design and welding symbols. Chapter number 5. Butt joint, lap joint, corner joint, T-joint, edge joint. Name 5 basic weld joints that may be found in a weldment. Welding joint design and welding symbols. Chapter number 5. Figure 5:1 Types of joints. Copyright CSWIP Learning 2012 Welding Joint Design and Welding Symbols. Chapter number 5. Figure 5:2 Two ways of fitting up an outside corner joint. Copyright CSWIP Learning 2012 Figure 5:3 Edge joints. Copyright CSWIP Learning 2012 Open corner, closed corner welding joint design and welding symbols. Chapter number 5. Note: fillet weld equals a triangular shaped weld in a corner. Name 3 types of joints that use fillet welds. Welding joint design and welding symbols. Chapter number 5. Accessibility for welding strength requirements. Cyclic or static coating material thickness welding process to be used. Material type code requirements. Cost. Side note: some considerations in selecting the type of joint to use on a fabrication. Welding joint design and welding symbols. Chapter number 5. Bevel group, V group, J group, U group, square group. Name 2 edge preparations used with butt joints. Welding joint design and welding symbols. Chapter number 5. Edge preparations used with butt joints. Welding joint design and welding symbols. Chapter number 5. More important group preparations. Bevel group, single and double V group, single and double 3D welded joints. PDF welding joint design and welding symbols. Chapter number 5. 1 to 1 to 3 for single V group, double V group welding joint design and welding symbols. Chapter number 5. Cost. A number of items affect weld cost. Figure 5:14 Even a slight change in group angle can save time and money. Copyright CSWIP Learning 2012 Welding Joint Design and Welding Symbols. Chapter number 5. Weld size, weld faults, welding joint design and welding symbols. Chapter number 5. Note: while leg size is the usual method to specify and measure weld size, the effective throat is a more accurate measure of fillet weld strength. Effective throat, actual throat, leg size to leg size 1, theoretical throat convexity 1/4. How is the size of a fillet determined and what is used to measure it? Welding joint design and welding symbols. Chapter number 5. 1. After selecting specified size gauge from set, measure leg 1 2, measure leg 2 3. Verify throat with other side of gauge. Face of gauge should touch weld L1 L2 3/8. How to use a fillet gauge. Welding joint design and welding symbols. Chapter number 5. Undercut. Most predominant weld fault fix. Short arc length. Proper amperage and speed. Welding joint design and welding symbols. Chapter number 5. Describe for typical faults in single-pass horizontal fillet welds. Welding joint design and welding symbols. Chapter number 5. Other typical faults in single-pass horizontal fillet welds. Porosity, lack of shielding, gas, wet, electric, greasy material. Welding joint design and welding symbols. Chapter number 5. Other typical faults in single-pass